again, as I said, not all graphite is the same. It's an industrial metal. So, some graphite is only used for certain applications and other graphites used for other applications. We're very fortunate, like I mentioned before, that we have the impurity sitting on the outside of the flake. We're able to then use a furnace to burn those impurities off and maintain the integrity of the flake. And we have a lot of large and jumbo flake naturally in the deposit, close to 40%, depending on how we decide to use our flow sheets. But you can't make a potato chip with broken chips. You have to have it and keep it intact. So we're lucky we have the large and jumbo. Those large and jumbo are used for a lot of different applications. The crystallinity, the integrity of the flake remains intact with our heating as opposed to chemicals. So we're able to do a lot of really unique semiconductor, military and defense applications, thermal, shielding, and a number of things that are important to have naturally. And we're just fortunate to have it. So it's very important. Yeah, definitely with the deposit that we have, again, being so unique and so high grade and with, perfect, perfect ability to purify to high levels. We've purified to 5.9s for nuclear grade. So definitely we will be going down the advanced materials. I think it's important, to get these higher margin type volumes and higher margin applications for investors and for our bottom line. The battery market still is important because it is the largest volume, but being able to have the ability to sell specialty products is important. Also differentiates ourselves since the type of material that we have is very rare in the world itself, even from China, that is restricting some of the things that we have in our deposit. And the fact that we have the highest grade at 15% to be able to compete allows us to really pick off customers that are in a space where sovereignty is important, where it's coming from is important. And Canada, obviously, being a G7 country with our partners and our government pushing behind that, is tasked to go out and make sure that we fill those supply chains. I think it's very important because we are doing some work with a number of battery companies and others where we're looking to really have a purified product that can have exceptional performance within batteries, specifically for drones and for other applications. So we have the material to be able to do some really great things. We're going to have the thermal fluidized bed the government has supported us with to be able to do those things. And so for us, not only on the R&D side, but really it's military and defense. And military and defense are more interested in the application being successful than an OEM who is just looking at bottom line price. So I think it's important to be in that space. And we brought the general on because it is a very specific industry. It's a unique industry. I would say there's not many industries that behave like it and have the kind of characteristics, like I said, with performance over cost. And really, it's a tight-knit group. And so, we're very fortunate to be able to have Mr. Ayer on with us because he does have contacts throughout the G7 and the United Nations. And so that we're able to look at NATO contacts and go after that market, which is really what we're looking to do. And he's going to help us navigate that and will help us also with introductions and things of that nature, which are difficult to get from the outside. Well, I would hope within 2 to 5 years, definitely would be in production. I mean, ideally, we have a 2-year window to do our thermal fluidized bed and get that up and running for dual use military applications of advanced materials. As far as, the mine itself, we hope within that same period that we would be operational on a small scale. Our goal is to start small and kind of put something into production that we can scale at the same time having feed material for our thermal fluidized bed as we kind of build both of them out simultaneously. So yeah, I think we would be in production. We'll have an offtake or multiple offtakes, and yeah, we would be working on also Tetapisca, which has come out as the fifth largest resource in the world, and one of the largest, if not the largest, in North America at 10%, definitely super high grade. So we'd hope to have that also into finishing an ESIA and permitting by the end of 3 to 5 years as well. So we hope to be in production, producing, having our material in a lot of North American and G7 supply chains. And we have hired on Richard Pierce, who is basically the only person who's put a graphite mine into production in pretty well the Western Hemisphere in the last 40 years. Obviously, with China dominating, most of the graphite experts in actual putting into production mines are in China. So we brought him in. He's been in working with us, for over probably 8 or 9 months, and I think that'll help expedite us to pull it off. He worked for 8 years putting a graphite mine into production, which is not easy. So we feel pretty confident. Yeah, within 2 to 5 years, we'll be pulling material out of the ground.